I feel like with this move, this does squash the Lamar could go somewhere else conversation. I think they're kind of telling you with this move, when Lamar's here, we got Lamar. He ain't going anywhere. No way we're giving up the crown jewel of the franchise. I mean, since Ray Lewis.
No one was going to, Chris, no one was going to trade for him. I think they're being realistic. They're stuck. So they got to make chicken salad out of a bad situation.
Exactly right. And I'm just saying on top of that, there's no way I would think about not getting rid of him. You're setting yourself to be roasted if that's the case. So yes, you base everything just like the Broncos did with Pat Bowlen when you talked about Dan Reeves and John Elway. You go back to the drawing board and go, what coach can I find a Mike Shanahan that can come in here and get my John Elway, aka Lamar Jackson, on track? Can we help him out a little bit, and can we make him even a little bit better in some areas that he's not, and then make our team great within that? And that's what they got to hope for in Baltimore.
Well, and there's another wrinkle that I think comes into play here. I think back to the team that Deshaun Watson of the definitely not dysfunctional Browns used to play for in Houston. How did that relationship initially become fractured? It's easy to forget because the whole 20-plus lawsuits for sexual misconduct during massage therapy sessions is the lead item when you think about the postmortem on the Texans and Deshaun Watson. But that went off the rails after they fired Bill O'Brien, and they're looking for a coach. And Deshaun Watson wanted to be involved, and he wanted his input to be taken seriously, and he got the impression they ignored him. That's what caused him to sit out all of the 2021 season. He wasn't going to play that year anyway, and all the other stuff kind of came out, around that. But they were trying to trade him because he didn't want to be there anymore, because they didn't respect him when they were looking for a new coach and a new GM. So is Lamar Jackson going to be sitting in the coaching interviews? I think, given the importance of that relationship, I think you need to involve Lamar Jackson, or at least invite him. Who knows if he's going to want to do it, but at least say, Lamar, if you want to be involved with these interviews, we want you to be there, because we understand that the most important relationship on this team is going to be yours and the head coaches.
Yeah, I don't know if I always believe in that. I don't. Players they can look at it a different way, where I'm not always a big in favor of that. Right? I've heard too many conversations throughout the years of player that likes coach because I like him because he's cool and he's my buddy. And then I want to talk about it 3 years later and go, hey, how did that cool and buddy thing work out? How did that, oh, yeah, not very good, because you didn't want him for any of the football reasons. You wanted him because he made your life better and he was cool and you liked hanging out with him. Again, football and winning is not supposed to be comfortable. It's not band camp. We're not supposed to be coming in every day and go, yippee, it's awesome. Woo! It's going to be hard most days. Most organizations that win on a consistent basis have a psycho who knows how to drive the organization and make it, tough, and make you tough so you can win in tough moments. But yeah, they should include him in the conversation.
I got another point, though.
Right, go ahead.
There's another reason.
Right.
There's another reason for it.
Right.
They know, the organization, Eric DeCosta, Ozzie Newsome, to whatever extent he's still involved, Steve Bisciotti, they've been around Lamar Jackson enough to know how he reacts to certain situations. I would just want to witness the interaction between Lamar Jackson and the coach. I would want to project, based upon the interaction, how this may play out. And I think that's an important consideration. So I think, yes, part of the effort to get the most out of Lamar Jackson is to make him believe he's got a seat at the table and to listen to his input. That doesn't mean you hire the guy he says you hire.
Yeah, got you.
But I also think it's important to witness how they get along, because that's going to be the day-to-day existence. And maybe you are going to bring in a guy who's going to tell it like it is. And maybe in that first meeting, the head coach is telling Lamar Jackson the way he needs to hear it. And maybe Lamar Jackson's sitting forward on his seat and he's captivated, or maybe Lamar Jackson's shut down and looking at his phone. I think that's all important information that I would want to know. so I can figure out whether or not this relationship has a chance of working.
Yeah, I hear you there. I hear you there. I do think that's important. You're right. Just to see where that goes. But yes, all things should be centered around Lamar. We're going to see where this goes with this football team. They're in an interesting mark in their history here, and I really am intrigued by what they do with their football team. Because, too, Mike, let me just throw this out there because I know we got to go and talk about some other stuff here. But, Roquan Smith, he's getting up there in years. Still a lot of money, and dead cap money, right? Marlon Humphrey, same thing for him. Ronnie Stanley, Mark Andrews, right? Guys that you look at to go, wait, they're on the back nine of their career really here, and they're still being paid money and have big dead cap numbers and all of that along with it. And that's where you get into, what happens with the future of this football team? Where do they go? I know they're still going to be really good, but this head coaching thing is going to be, a huge moment for that organization.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.